All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. What's up, everybody? My people in Manhattan, the Bronx, Queens, all that Staten Island, my home borough, Brooklyn. Back at another video on our Super Bowl week. This is going to be another entry into the greatest games ever series. This is going to be on Super Bowl 52, which was one of the greatest Super Bowls ever played and one of the most exciting Super Bowls ever played. You know, it was great for the casual viewer because most casual NFL fans love offense. They love high scoring, and Super Bowl 52 definitely had a lot of that. A 41-33 ball game, and it was an exciting game, even for hardcore fans. It was exciting game, though. This is the Super Bowl that the NFL, if the Super Bowl could be like this every year, the NFL would just love that. High-scoring game, coming down to who has the ball last. You know, it's just very good for the casual observer and, you know, for hardcore fans as well. But let's get a little backdrop. First, on the designated away team for that Super Bowl, the Philadelphia Eagles. In 2016, with the second overall pick, the Eagles selected this young man right here named Carson Wentz. This Ronald McDonald face motherfucker right here. His rookie season, he was joining an Eagle squad that definitely had a lot of talent on it, you know, such as longtime veteran Darren Sproles, tight end Zach Ertz, defensive stalwarts like Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham, and safety Malcolm Jenkins. You know, the Eagles start out that season 3-0, if I remember correctly. But things looked good. Things seemed sunny in Philadelphia. They had a bright, sunny future ahead of them. Even though they missed the playoffs after losing to the Ravens that late in that regular season, things seemed good for the Eagles. They're in the right direction. They had a quarterback who, you know, 6'4", 6'5", however tall he is, a big dude with a cannon for an arm. And Carson was like the perfect quarterback. And they decided to build around him. First, they acquired LeGarrette Blount from the defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots, and Chris Long, also from the defending champion Patriots. And they acquired wide receivers Alshon Jeffrey and Torrey Smith, former Super Bowl champion of the Ravens, to give Wentz some weapons. Okay, and they already had a great defense, and because Carson Wentz had an outstanding season, by far the best season of his career, things were rolling. The Eagles, they were, I believe, 9-1 at one point. Like they were dominant, just ragdolling teams, division rivals, and teams in the AFC just absolutely rolling through until they lost to the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday Night Football in prime time after Russell Wilson made a spectacular play. I'll never forget it. Well, in a game against the Los Angeles Rams in L.A. that season, even though the Eagles won that game 43-35, things seemed to take a dark turn when Carson Wentz went down with a season-ending injury. You know, a lot of people, including myself, said, okay, well, their Super Bowl hopes are done. Because a lot of people that year had them in the Super Bowl and had Carson Wentz for MVP. A lot of people, including myself. But that seemed to all go out the window when this. And then came backup Nick Foles, who, you know, had been in the NFL for a long time and actually had a great season with the Eagles himself in 2013. I think he had like 27 touchdowns and 2 picks, something crazy like that. And Nick Foles, after that, he kind of bounced around the league. He was with the Rams. He was with the Chiefs. He was all over the NFL. He was contemplating retiring from the NFL. But he signed with the Eagles, and this was his chance, you know. This was a real Phil Simms, Jeff Hostetler moment for all you Giants fans, you know what I'm referring to. In the first playoff game against the Atlanta Falcons, the defending NFC champions, it was a low-scoring game, but the Eagles persevered and won the game 15-10 and advanced to the NFC Championship game, where they were going to face off against the Minnesota Vikings, who were coming off this legendary NFL play, the Minneapolis Miracle. I'll never forget where I was in this play. I'll never forget where I was. This was just an incredible, like, jaw-dropping, oh, my God moment. So the Vikings had a lot of momentum, you know. Case Keenum, Stephon Diggs connected on the Minneapolis Miracle play, won the game. And a lot of Vikings fans felt like, okay, maybe this is our year. Well, it wasn't. Nick Foles and Case Keenum, who were former teammates together on the Rams, were facing off against each other. NFC Championship games, 2 Cinderella men facing off the NFC Championship game. It's a great story, real feel-good story. And the Eagles, well, they put the Vikings' Super Bowl dreams to bed because, remember, the Super Bowl that year was going to be in Minneapolis. It was going to be in Minneapolis, and Justin Timberlake was headlining. So a lot of people thought the Vikings were going to be the first team to have the Super Bowl, to make the Super Bowl while their city's also hosting it. Well, that didn't happen. The Eagles dog-walked them 38-7 to advance to the Super Bowl, their third ever in franchise history, looking for their first ever Super Bowl win in franchise history. Now on to the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots, of course, in 2016, they won the Super Bowl 51. They defeated the Falcons in a legendary 23 comeback, one of the greatest Super Bowls of all time, and the greatest comeback in NFL history as far as I'm concerned. And, of course, Tom Brady returned doing Tom Brady things. Tom Brady, of course, had a spectacular 2017 season, which he won MVP. MVP at age 40. Not many quarterbacks could say that. And of course, they returning with Danny Amendola, Dion Lewis, number 33, and James White, number 28, who arguably could have got Super Bowl MVP in Super Bowl 51, but that's another conversation. And of course, the greatest tight end ever, Rob Gronkowski. Not to digress, but it amazes me how people just forget about Rob Gronkowski. Everybody just wants to call Travis Kelce the GOAT tight end, even before the Taylor Swift shit. Even before all the Taylor Swift stuff, people were calling Kelce the GOAT tight end, Shannon Sharp being one of them. It's like, guys, look, Travis Kelce is great, but he's like, come on. It's Rob Gronkowski. It's not even particularly close. It really isn't that close. I mean, it's Gronk, and then, I'd have Tony Gonzalez, number 2, Kellen Winslow, Sr., 3, Gates, 4, and then maybe, sorry about that, and then maybe Travis Kelce, 5. Him or Shannon Sharp. But, it just amazes me how everyone just forgets about Gronk. But, anyway, get back to the video. And, of course, in free agency, they added Stephon Gilmore for the Buffalo Bills. Stephon Gilmore, of course, went on to win Defensive Player of the Year for the Patriots in 2019. Malcolm Butler, the Super Bowl 49 hero, and Devin McCourty. Now, I know some of you guys are thinking, what about Julian Edelman? Well, in the preseason game against the Detroit Lions, Julian Edelman messed up his Achilles and was going to be out for the whole season. Of course, with all respect to Julian Edelman, he's an exceptional receiver, particularly in the postseason. Tom Brady didn't really miss him. They went 13-3. They got number 1 seed in the AFC and home field advantage. In the division round, they just destroyed the Tennessee Titans, who had no chance. And they took down the Jacksonville Jaguars, led by Blake Bortles and their Saxonville defense. Jalen Ramsey, Calais Campbell, all those guys. Remember that shit? They were talking all that shit. Ramsey was talking all that shit just to get shut up by Brady and the Patriots. I was happy to see the Jaguars lose because they were talking so much shit, man. My God. A lot of people were happy to see the Patriots lose. I was happy to see the Jaguars lose. Good Lord. But anyway, our Super Bowl 52 match is set. The underdog Eagles against the reigning defending champion New England Patriots. A Giants fan's worst nightmare. Going to this game, I picked the Patriots, but again, I picked the Patriots because I could stomach them winning again. I couldn't stomach the Eagles winning. That was my mindset going into this, and I just genuinely thought the Patriots were going to win. I thought the Eagles the clock was going to strike 12 on their Cinderella run. Now, prior to the game, Malcolm Butler learned that he was not going to be playing the game. For what reason, we don't know. A lot of people, led by Skip Bayless, love to let's say Bill Belichick trying to sabotage Tom Brady, because prior to this, there was a lot of controversy around Belichick, Tom Brady, and Robert Kraft. This is where I think this is where the tension started, because Belichick was clearly grooming Jimmy Garoppolo to replace Tom Brady, and Brady sniffed that out, and he ran upstairs to Bob Kraft, and Bob Kraft forced Bill Belichick to trade Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay, and Bill Belichick being the evil genius that he is, maybe he did try to sabotage the Super Bowl for Tom Brady and Bob Kraft. Who knows? We'll never know. Now, they say because Malcolm Butler was on his bad behavior the week of the Super Bowl, Malcolm Butler denied that. Look, I don't know what the truth is, but was Belichick trying to sabotage the Super Bowl? Possibly. I think Belichick's. I don't think he's above that. But the game started. And Alshon Jeffrey scored the first touchdown of the Super Bowl. It was 9-3. The Patriots trying to get on the scoreboard, at least with a touchdown. They had a field goal, and this was their chance, and Tom Brady dropped the ball, unfortunately. Look, Tom Brady's never been the greatest natural athlete in the world. He's a great football player, but he's not a great natural athlete. And, that's okay. But because of this, the Patriots didn't score. Former New England Patriot LeGarrette Blount did. He did score. This was a real back-and-forth game. And this game, you could tell this game was going to come down to who has the ball last. Well, fortunately, the Patriots did get on the scoreboard with a touchdown thanks to James White. And then this iconic moment happened, the Philly Special. The Philly Special, which I believe is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The game plan for this is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And then the Patriots scored again thanks to Rob Gronkowski. And then the Eagles scored thanks to this brother right here, number 30. I believe his name was Corey Clement. And then Chris Hogan scored. And then Gronk scored again. And then the Patriots were rallying. It looked like Tom Brady was working his magic that he used against Atlanta. And then, boom, Brandon Graham hits him, and he fumbled the football. And off this, the Philadelphia Eagles were able to score again. thanks to Zach Ertz, and it was a 38. I believe it was a 38-33 ball game at this point. 38-33 ball game. This Super Bowl, there was a lot of failed 2-point conversions and missed PATs. It's like Jesus Christ. And then with one last chance for a Super Bowl to send the game over for a touchdown, possibly send the game to overtime, Brady heaved it up to Gronkowski, and it was knocked away incomplete. And the Philadelphia Eagles, for the first time in their franchise history, were the Super Bowl champions. Nick Foles had completed one of the greatest Cinderella runs in NFL history. And the Eagles got to be for the first time in franchise history, got to be champions, and the Patriots walked off Super Bowl losers, failed repeat. Where's the Super Bowl rank? Is the Super Bowl top 10? Probably. Top 10, top 15 for me, somewhere in that range. But guys, tell me what you think. Is it the greatest Super Bowl you ever saw? Is it your top 5, top 10? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I know a lot of people are thinking, like, what do you mean this isn't in your top 10? Are you kidding me? Look, this is an exciting look. In terms of games I've seen, I've been watching the NFL since the 2007 season. In terms of Super Bowl I've seen when I was a little kid, this is probably my top 5. The Giants, Patriots, Super Bowl 42 will probably be number 1. The Super Bowl 51, Patriots, Falcons probably be number 2. The Seahawks, Patriots, that was a great one. The Steelers, Cardinals, that was another great one. This Super Bowl probably be, and since I've been watching the NFL, this is probably my top 5. But overall in NFL history, probably top 10. We can do a video on that another day. Go check out some of my other greatest games ever when I cover Super Bowls. And tell me what you guys think about those. In the meantime, click the like button, subscribe, and I'm going to see y'all.